Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgrade2life.com, and in this video I want to talk with you about reframing doubts and fears. Change the way you look at things. So what does it mean, right? Reframing doubts and fears? Don't be confused. It just means that we can actually learn how to deal with doubts and fears in a very benefiting way when we change the way we look at those things. So we can consciously decide, okay, am I looking at these things, perceiving doubts and fears to be this way, therefore maybe spiraling down on them and seeing them as an obstacle, or start to see them in a new way, which I want to explain to you in this video, where they actually become a good thing and you are maybe even happy about doubts and fears. Who is saying that doubts and fears are bad? It's just also something that you applied and adopted from society, and which is your current paradigm, which you can completely change so that they no longer become a real obstacle, a real block. Okay, so let's explain how to reframe doubts and fears so that you can apply it. So this is also something that I explain in my coaching program. This is also one little tiny snippet basically from my coaching program. If you want to learn more about that, you will find the enrollment link into this in the second link in the description down below, where you can apply for a free 45-minute consultation call with me personally, where we're going to talk about, I'm going to diagnose the situation and we're going to find out if you're a good fit to enroll into this. So now I want to give you an example, right? And one of the doubts obviously that people have is, what if my goal never manifests? Other goals, for example, would be someone mentioned the opposite of what it is that I want to manifest, or the opposite happens, right? I see you can't read this here. So someone mentioned the opposite of what I want to manifest, or I see opposite results, nothing is working out, they said this, they did this, right? You know what I mean. All of those doubts and fears, or what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not deserving this? What if there's something more I need to do? All those little doubts and fears that are coming up when you're doing this. So basically how I see it is, whenever this is coming up, you have two options, okay? Option one would be that you do this. So you spiral down on your doubts, you identify yourself with those doubts, and then making them really, really real for yourself. You shift back into the state of lack, or into your former state, into the state that you want to, the state of consciousness that you want to leave. And you think that your doubts will hinder your manifestation. And you tell yourself the story, right? Oh, this means I'm doing something wrong. This means I'm not here yet. This means I need to intend more, affirm more, do harder techniques, do all of the stuff, right? Because you have the stories around your doubts. That is your current perception of them. And I also made a video how to deal with negative thoughts, which could be very, very interesting to you. I will link this here, where I explain how to also let go of this stuff. But that is now how we can reframe those doubts and fears that are coming up when we are shifting into a new state of being, into a new identity, when we just want to manifest goals. Now, let's look at option two and then compare them a little bit. So option two would be, and like the new paradigm would be, first of all, remain aware, right? Don't instantly start to identify yourself with the doubt and think, oh, what the doubt is telling you, this fearful thought is telling you is real, right? So you must remain awareness to not be caught up into this doubt, and it takes some practice. Also, very important, don't judge it. Don't label it. Know that it has no power on its own. It's just a thought. You say it's negative, and you then give your power away to it. And also start to perceive it as something good. Why? Why is a doubt good? A doubt is bad, right? A doubt is bad. But no, it's good it's coming up, because it's showing you that you are shifting. It's showing you that you are growing. It's showing you that you are evolving. So therefore it is coming up so that you can let go. So that you can say, awesome, there you are. Nope, no longer identify with you, no longer entertain you. Let it be there. Acknowledgement. Boom. New way of seeing them. Completely reframed how you see doubts. This was just one example, but alone this is very, very important. Okay, so I hope you get this, right? I want you to get this, right? A doubt is coming up. What if my goal never manifests? Oh shit, someone mentioned the opposite. Is this a sign that I'm not on my way? Or I see no results. I see opposite results. I see no signs. I have fearful thoughts around this and all of this, right? Option one, spiral down on it, identify with it, think and say to yourself, you're doing something wrong, you're doing it not correctly. or you need to do more techniques. This is something bad. This will hinder your manifestation. You will never get it. One way, you decide. When you're very unconscious and unaware of your experience and this is coming up, then it's easy to get caught up into this. But when you practice those teachings and you get a little bit more aware, then you can consciously choose to, oh, wait a second. You instantly notice when a doubt is coming up. It's not that you entertain it for 2 hours and then you be like, I entertained it for 2 hours. No, you get better at realizing when something is coming up that you don't like that much. And then you don't judge it. You don't label. You don't judge yourself or label those doubts and fears for being there. Why is this something bad? It's good that it's coming up. It's just showing you what you have alive within yourself so that you're aware of what is also there, but that you can learn from it, that you can realize that this is not something that you need to rely on. And if it's not helpful, it doesn't feel good, it is not what is real. Because how can lack feel good? If lack would be a valid, true experience and fear and feeling anxious, you would be happy about it, but you are not. That means it is out of alignment with your true self, with this infinite consciousness. So don't care about this stuff, in simple words. I know sometimes it's not easy to deal with doubts and fears. That is why you should watch the video that I mentioned before, that I linked above. And yeah, right, know it has no power and start to perceive it as something good. When it's coming up, start to be more happy that it's coming up. Obviously in the beginning you will feel like, no, please go away. But you can start to realize that it's good that it's coming up. You can also see it like you are given the opportunity to now ask yourself, okay, do I want to go back? Option 1, identify with it, spiral down, and do all of this stuff. Or you're given the opportunity to say, you know what? I just let you be there. You acknowledge it. You just let it run out, run through, let it be there. Don't judge it. Don't label it. You fully experience this doubt. It's okay. Acknowledge it. Let it be there. Let the doubt fully play out and try to tell you whatever it wants to tell you. But don't trust it. Don't rely on it. Right? Remain awareness and start to perceive it as something very good that is helping you to embody a new state. And this is always how this looks like, right? This is always the illustration that I like to show you guys in those videos, because that is exactly what happens. We are always, when we're having the desire to grow, to evolve, which is what life is about, like raising your consciousness or stepping up the states of consciousness, then you realize that, okay, you are currently in this state that you're right now. Maybe it's a likeful state. Maybe it's representing and therefore playing out stuff in your reality that you don't like, right? Because your state determines what is the current circumstances and what is going on in your life. It's the cause, it's the first explanation of all phenomena of life. That is your state of consciousness. And so that is who you are right now. I always call this like the 1.0 version of yourself. So now what we want to do, what most people, me included, what we want when we have a goal, obviously we need to shift, because just imagine you have this here because you're in this state, you have your current reality, but in this new state where you have your goals, you are in a new state of already having what you want, of already being who you want to be. Therefore, it's a new state of being. It's a new identity. It's a new role. It's a new character that you play in this game of life. It's a new concept of yourself. We can shift that. So, and therefore in this new state, you experience your desired reality. You experience, and then this is natural to you. Then this is basically your new state with your current reality. And then this goes to the next stage and the next desire and the next thing that you want, right? So, and when we shift from one state into another, again, it is basically very normal when we're doing this, that stuff is coming up. Neville called this dying to the old man, which just means dying to this former state that you have entertained, that you lived by, that you lived in. So when you die to the old man, it is totally normal, totally okay, totally fine. You don't have to judge yourself, don't have to worry, ask yourself, am I doing something wrong? Because you aren't. It's totally normal that some negative stuff, some fears, some doubts are coming up. But that is just your ego trying to protect you and keep you safe, because it doesn't know what is then going to happen in this new state. So be thankful for it. It's awesome. You shift out of here. Whatever is coming up in this like shifting period, basically, it's great that it's coming up. Awesome. It's just showing you stuff from the old state. You just know, awesome. It's from the old state, but it's showing me that I'm shifting. It's showing me that I'm doing something correctly. Because if it wouldn't come up, let's say nothing would come up, that would mean you would still be there. You would do nothing. You wouldn't evolve. You wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't have already started the shifting process. But because you have, it is obvious that stuff is coming up. It's great, right? So reframe it in that way. So change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Because when you change the way you look at those doubts and fears, and you see them as something good, something helpful, it's awesome that it's coming up. It's just showing you you're getting stronger. It's showing you you're shifting. It's showing you you're doing something right. And you really realize that this is just another way of viewing them, that what is ever going to stop you? Nothing. Right? It's really, really powerful. It's really, really self-empowering. And therefore, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So those doubts and fears will not be any big issues any longer. And that is how you reframe your doubts and fears. So I assume and I hope that you understood this and that I brought this point across in a good way. So when you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. I always love your feedback, guys. I always love your support. I read every comment and I try to reply to most of them. So thank you very much, guys. Speak to you in the next video, and start to reframe your doubts and fears by watching this video again and applying this stuff. Thank you very much, guys.